This talk will be based on a paper I presented at the Midwest Conference on British Studies at Bowling Green University in the United States in 2024. The title of that paper was Imperial Laws of 19th Century Britain and America. I will read the abstract, although I have simplified and shortened it to some extent to make it more easily understandable. It is generally assumed that America inherited its legal system from Britain following the Revolutionary War. Although there is much truth in this assertion, the actual history is much more complicated and much more interesting. In fact, the new nation inherited elements of English common law, Scottish civil law, as well as German, French, and Dutch law. Yet even the strand of English law was divided into two main categories. One was a common-sense Blackstonian law, widely practiced in the towns and rural areas of the new nation. The other was a more narrowly practiced commercial and banking law centered in the maritime cities. This legal division closely paralleled a divide between the Jeffersonian Republicans and the wealthy Federalist Party. Moreover, by the mid-19th century, Germanic law had become a pervasive influence in the American legal atmosphere. One reason for this was the enormous influx of German immigrants who had arrived educated, skilled, and economically self-sufficient, and with their own ideas about law. A second reason was that Germany had originated the first modern secular scientific university, the University of Berlin. It became the template for modern universities around the world, including those in America. In 19th century America, the German language came to be taught at most colleges. Thousands of American students traveled to Germany to secure advanced degrees. This training often included the subject of law. In fact, the real Anglicization of American law began during the Reconstruction era following the Civil War and continuing to the end of the 19th century. This period marked a refounding of American legal culture, a demise of the citizen lawyer, and the advent of professionalization. It standardized legal dogma. It made a closed regimen of inculcation the entryway to legal practice. Also, it imposed a strict fraternal discipline on its members. Nonetheless, what occurred at that time was not a direct transfer of British law to America. Instead, it was the construction of a derivative subset whose professorate looked to Britain for inspiration and guidance. It retained some original elements while it changed or eliminated other features. Importantly, against Germanic influence, the newly anglicized law was portrayed as a science, intended to establish not only structures, doctrines, and instruments of modern finance and trade, but also of imperial governance. This was crucial during a period of transition from the Pax Britannica of the 19th century to the Pax Americana of the 20th century.